can't stop. You can try, but that won't stop, won't stop.
One of the best backdrops in all of MLS Next Pro in Sandy, Utah. It's America First Field, where we kick off match week 7 in the final of a 4-game homestand for Real Monarchs. They welcome in LAFC 2. Welcome into the broadcast. Josh Appel with you. Thanks for spending part of your Wednesday night with us. As Real Monarchs comes in at 2-1-1. LAFC 2-1-1. Two teams with some history against each other. Two highly respected coaches. Should be a fantastic one tonight. Both rosters featuring first-team players and some young blood as well here tonight in Utah. Let's take a look at tonight's starting 11s. First for Mark Lowry, 4-2-3-1. Masalis, Calderon, Farnsworth, Jennings, the back four, with Dillon, first-teamer Palacio, defensive midfield. Brook and Wolf, couple of first-teamers in the midfield next to Owen Anderson. And then Forster Ajago, who scored this season for Real Salt Lake. He gets the start up top with Max Kirkvliet, the young goalkeeper, just 19 years old, getting the start there. And for Junior Gonzalez and LAFC 2, it's Gwibowo, Mihalic, and Nava up top in this 4-3-3 with Guerra, Terry, and Evans. What a start to the year. Matt Evans has had 5 goals, 1 assist across all competitions. And I'll try and be as clear with you as possible all night long. We've got 3 Diaz's on the back line next to Derek Jones Jr. in front of Ethan Scally, making his first start of the season. The 16-year-old getting the start opposite Max Kirkvliet and Real Monarchs. LAFC in the whites. Real Monarchs in the dark kits. LAFC 2 snapped a 2-match losing streak with a 3-2 win against Tacoma back on April 10th. It was a wild game where they went up 3-0. Each team got a red card. They were able to hang on 3-2. Real Monarchs, they're without Aiden Hezarkhani tonight. Tied for second in the league in goals scored. No Wes Sharpie available either tonight for Mark Lowry and Real Monarchs, who again are playing in the 4th of a 4-game homestand. Bounce back against the Town. Mark Lowry telling me that match played out about how they expected. The Town, their style, they're aggressive, they're direct, they can put you under a lot of pressure. It's difficult to keep possession against them, but you know, Monarchs wanted to be more direct, put them on their back foot, and Mark Lowry said we did a good job of that. Executed, controlled what we wanted to. And he thought defensively they didn't really feel any trouble until the end, when the Town were pushing to equalize things. But overall, Mark Lowry telling me that it's been difficult to assess the beginning of the season. Their schedule has had so much time between games. It's been hard to look back and find rhythm, that he almost views the matches they've played so far this year as isolated events that can really only be viewed in a vacuum. Giveaway here. Jude Terry, and a big save by Kirkvliet to keep this scoreless. Almost a catastrophic mistake in the early going from Real Monarchs. But Max Kirkvliet, the 19-year-old keeper, with a big stop on Jude Terry, who was looking for his first of the season. Kick save and a beaut. Monarchs are away with it. Tyler Wolf ahead for Lachlan Brook, the Aussie. Brook to his left foot. Squirting around in the area, and Ethan Scally, the 16-year-old, is on it. Previous to that 2-1 win over the Town on April 10th. A 2-1 loss to Ventura County. The extra point in a 2-2 draw in PKs against Colorado Rapids. And a 3-1 loss to El Farolito in the Open Cup, which the Monarchs really played up the importance of that match. It was the start of a 3-game week. And to manage some minutes early in the season in order to be ready for the Open Cup. Unfortunately, it just did not go their way. In fact, they had a bunch of injuries and some youth national team call-ups that made them a bit more short-handed. I felt they played well despite all that, but just weren't able to turn it into a win and advancing in the Open Cup. LAFC 2 also participating in the Open Cup. Going up against Avi Alta. They felt they deserved a better result in what was an incredibly physical match. But both coaches agreeing that for these guys on both teams, a knockout environment like the Open Cup, against tough competition, those pressure games are important, and you can learn a lot. Trying to play out the back, that was intercepted. Terry, and then he popped it over Mihalic's head. Diaz got it over to Wibowo. And Mihalic was making a run to the right. And Wibowo tried to play it forward to him. And that miscommunication gives it right back to Monarchs. LAFC 2 worked on a lot of defensive work in preparation for this match. They had 3 blocks. First 2 all defensive. Third block was a little more offense and then more of both. And not necessarily the structure, but just individual matchups, individual defending, basic principles that Junior Gonzalez wanted to work on with his group. Mentioned that Aiden Hazarkani and Wes Sharpie both unavailable tonight for Real Monarchs. Alec Hughes, who scored 2 matches in 2 games played this season, he's also unavailable tonight for LAFC 2 with a hip injury. We have our first corner of the match for Real Monarchs. Here it comes. And it sneaks through. Took a difficult hop in front of goal. Not the prettiest, but it works, and it all counts the same. And Real Monarchs strike first at home in the first 10 minutes. One more look at it. Looks like an own goal. think that was Eric Diaz in front of goal. It deflected off of him and went in. And it's interesting that Monarchs get on the board that way. And talking to Mark Lowry this week, they had talked about improving in the final third. They wanted to get guys in the box, in front of goal, create a lot of havoc, a lot of traffic out there, and put it in the mixer and see what happens, and they get rewarded for it right away with a 1-0 lead on the own goal. You try to figure out ways without Aiden Hazarkani, who's got 4 goals and an assist in the 3 games he's played this year. I'm so pleased with his development, but where would the scoring come from without him? Well, as of right now, it's courtesy of an own goal from LAFC. A difficult one for Ethan Scally. Not certain how much blame to go around for him on that. Carlos Diaz. There comes the whistle. By the way, Rachel Sweat is the referee. Last touched off of Tyler Wolf, previously with Atlanta United, acquired in December of 2024. First season with Real Monarchs, first team contract with Real Salt Lake. Mihalic, nice job to get that ball across, but nobody was home. Matt Evans, goal of the week twice already this year, the week 5 player of the week, and a brace against Tacoma in the 3-2 win. Terry trying to make a run after it. He's not going to get there, and you think the start for LAFC, Terry has a golden chance off a bad giveaway by Monarchs in the opening minutes. And then in the 7th, an own goal off a corner. Was them in for the game's first goal. So far, Real Monarchs has been the side that has had more of the possession. Laid out wide. Ball comes in, cleared away, but not out of the woods yet as Owen Anderson, the 17-year-old, is on it. Anderson, he's dispossessed. Foul comes. Sebastian Nava was put to the grass. Palacio, he lost it. AFC wants to go quick. Nava lost it from behind. Zach Farnsworth for Real Monarchs. Tyler Wolf working around Carlos Diaz. Wolf puts it behind goal, and that will be a goal kick for Ethan Scally. Rabowo trying to get in the direction of Mihalic. And Farnsworth plays it back for Max Kirkfleet, who Mark Lowry told me this week that the staff has to keep reminding themselves that he's only 19, but he's so mature for his age. They value him highly in this organization. Right now, he's technically the number 3 option for the first team. He's got the tools, the size, and the personality that you want in a keeper. But with a young keeper, there are going to be some mistakes. And there was an instance earlier this year where Kirkfleet received a red card. In a game that he was playing quite well in, but made a mistake and felt terrible about it. And in the locker room afterwards, after Mark Lowry got done addressing the team, Max Kirkfleet got up and he apologized. He took the red card in stride, was upset about it, of course, but it didn't carry over at all. He was happy for the team, supported Trace, who ended up getting the start in his absence. Showed a lot of maturity in response to what happened there, and they have high hopes for Max Kirkfleet. We talked to him, Max as well. Great personality, and he is someone that this organization has high hopes for. Like something might be building up there for LAFC, but it kind of petered out. They will have a throw-in, though. This portion of the match is brought to you by Zions Bank, the official bank of Real Monarchs. This match a quarter hour old. An own goal in the 7th minute from LAFC 2 has given Real Monarchs the 1-0 advantage. Palacios. Given away. They tried to spring Sebastian Nava. There was nothing he could do there. DeCarlo Guerra tried to spring him. There's one of the trio of Diaz's on the back line for LAFC 2. Christian Diaz and Eric Diaz, the center back pairing. Carlos Diaz, his first start at left back this year. Trying to find and learn a lot about the young guys in the lineup tonight. Diaz, Scally. They feel like there's some space to exploit with this Monarchs group. Have to be ready for their transition, but they feel like they can make moves against this back line, and they create another giveaway. Terry trying to feed it forward to Tommy Mahalic. Monarchs have had a really difficult time at times building out of the back. They're fortunate that LAFC has not been able to convert on the giveaways. It comes wide to Wibowo. First teamer made his debut this season with LAFC. Ruben Massalas stepped in front of that, deflected it away for a throw. Whistle here and a foul. So we had our first yellow of the night. Tyler Wolf is booked. Evans. Now Eric Diaz trying to go long over the top. Wibowo settles it down. Wibowo to his right foot, puts it on goal, and the stop made by Max Kirkvliet. First real test for Kirkvliet tonight. You can see how dangerous Wibowo is. Another giveaway, but this time Monarchs able to clear it. Carlos Diaz, first start. Wibowo. Jude Terry trying to get there. Terry does. Jude Terry, well defended by Gio Calderon. An own goal for LAFC 2. Gave Real Monarchs the lead in the 7th minute, 1-0. That's where we stand right now. Came off a corner. Put out wide. Put into the area. Just out of the reach of Owen Anderson. LAFC survives that. Anderson. Anderson again. Put it in the direction of Lachlan Brook. And this will be another corner for Real Monarchs. Scored on their last one on the own goal. This portion of the match is presented by Intermountain Health, the power of we. In swing corner, Scally punches it up into the air. And it will be another corner from the other side for Monarchs. Another in-swinger to be put in play. Towards the back post. Right idea for Monarchs. This somehow stayed in. Brook. Back post again. Well defended by LAFC too, but they've got to defend a third consecutive corner here. This is an area where Junior Gonzalez wants to see improvement. Defending in their own box. And on that sequence, LAFC did enough to survive. Back post one more time. Scally got a piece of it. And guess what? Stop me if you've heard it. Another corner upcoming for Real Monarchs. Lachlan Brook, the Aussie, first team contract. Anderson, cross, and again well defended by LAFC too, but they're still back on their heels. They'll get Monarchs here for a foul. Another foul here. Draws the whistle of Rachel Sweat. Tommy Mihalic, the Indiana product, went down. Comes Real Monarchs. That's through Tyler Wolf. Junior Gonzalez is proud of his team's effort in the second half. against Tacoma. And the first half, didn't love the performance. Didn't necessarily feel like his team was fully locked in. He may have said some things at halftime, and the team responded well. And he thinks the adversity really helped them in that Tacoma match. A red card, of course, and thinks it got belief back into the group after that tough Open Cup loss to AV Alta. Which was a frustrating one in more ways than one. Tried to get it to Mahalic there, but Farnsworth got in the way. Now Palacio. The direction of Forster Ajago. Ajago! We get a foul before that. Forster Ajago, so dangerous. The Ghanaian, he's scored already this season for Real Salt Lake. Scored 7 goals for Huntsville last year. His MLS experience with Nashville and with RSL, but has spent plenty of time in Next Pro. And last year with Huntsville. This year, here's Real Monarchs. Palacio. Here comes LAFC the other way. Mihalic just couldn't get it to the outside to Wibowo, and then Mihalic commits the foul. This portion of the match is presented by America First, the official credit union of Real Salt Lake. America First Credit Union has game-changing solutions for every financial need. So join the winning team at AmericaFirst.com. Foul there as well. Monarchs want to get it started quickly, and we're going to have a yellow. Jude Terry will pick up the booking. And again a whistle. Monarchs twice has tried to get it restarted. Twice they've been called back. 5 shots to 2 right now in favor of Real Monarchs. Both teams have 2 on target to this point. Again, the possession still heavily in favor of Real Monarchs. After today, it's 3 of the next 4 on the road in the month of May for Monarchs. But I mean, you look at this schedule, they played 3 games between March 15th and March 23rd. Then they were off until April 6th, played on April 10th, and then they've had 2 weeks off again for this game here tonight. And then after this week, they'll have 10 days off before their match against Whitecaps. And then there'll be 15 days between the game at Vancouver and at Colorado. And then taking it a step even further, they'll have another 10 days between their match at Colorado and their 8th game against Portland Timbers on May 28th. We're hitting the road again on June 1st. I mean, this is a massively stilted schedule. Just 3 games in the month of April after only 3 in the month of March. So you can understand why Mark Lowry feels it's been hard for him to really get a full evaluation of how the team is doing to this point. And of course, 2-1-1, you'll take that. They've got 8 points on the year in their 4 games. LAFC 2 with 7 points in their 4. Both teams come in at 2-1-1. And as it stands right now, if Real Monarchs earns 3 points tonight and everything else stays the same, they will move into 3rd place in the Western Conference. Still a long way to go here, though. Nava chasing it down. And Wabowo have switched sides. Carlos Diaz put into the box. Headed away, comes back to Diaz. Down for Nava. Wabowo for Terry. And Tyler Wolf came over and got in the way. And Brook. Nice challenge from behind, taken back by LAFC 2. Carlos Diaz. Maybe some of that inexperience for Diaz showing there. An ill-advised ball, and it'll be a goal kick for Real Monarchs. Back towards Kirkfleet. Switch. That left touch line. Ball into the area. Trying to go out in front to Ajago making a run. It's out for a corner. Tyler Wolf might be a little bit frustrated on that. Low cross. Comes down, and it just comes wide for Maximus Jennings. Played it down to himself and nearly made it 2-0 to Real Monarchs. One more look at it. Chested down on the volley, left foot. And a heads-up play by Ethan Scally to let that one roll by. Flag stays down. Mihalic, oh, denied! Max Kirkvliet. Mihalic was all alone. Perfectly timed run. He was onside. And Kirkvliet said not this time. Second, point blank, golden chance that Kirkvliet has robbed LAFC 2 of. In the opening minutes of the match, it was Jude Terry, and this time it's Tommy Mihalic. Now LAFC will have a corner. The outswinger. Jennings got rid of it. LAFC 2 committed a foul. As we dip in to the final 5 minutes of this first half. An own goal in the 7th off a corner as Real Monarchs with the advantage. Trying to play in tight quarters, and LAFC 2 took it away. Guerra. Derek Jones. The Diaz 3. Carlos, Eric, and Christian. The own goal deflected off of Christian Diaz. That's a bad giveaway. Tyler Wolf. All the way back to Max Kirkvliet, who's made 2 incredible saves in this first half. One on Jude Terry, one on Tommy Mihalic. That's the reason why it's still 1-0 Real Monarchs. Palacio. Four straight home matches for Real Monarchs. Hoping to close this homestand out on a positive note tonight. In the direction of Nava, but too much pace on it. And it's out for a goal kick. High pressure. LAFC 2, Monarchs able to deal with it for the moment. Christian Diaz, now Terry. Mihalic from distance! Evans equalizes, and he remains on fire. A brace in their last match against Tacoma. And an absolute banger here to level things at 1. Not afraid to tee it up from long range. And he just blew it past Max Kirkvliet. He's got goal of the week twice so far this season. And that might be his 3rd nominee. Junior Gonzalez has been so pleased with how Matt Evans has grown from last year to this year. Says he's really reaping the benefits of buying into their game model and what they like to do. And it's gotten to the point where now Matt Evans is telling Junior Gonzalez and the staff what he's doing wrong before they can even address it with him. As Monarchs nearly answer and get back on top. The shot from Owen Anderson goes wide. Derek Jones got over to put some pressure on that shot, and there was no deflection, so it is a goal kick. But one more note on Matt Evans, who player of the match week in week 5 and has had 2 goal of the week honors. Junior Gonzalez saying, Matt Evans, the confidence and the rhythm he's playing with, they're in a great place. He's got this match equalized 1-1 in the first half on his 6th goal across all competitions this season. What a start to 2025 for Matt Evans. Foul given right outside the 18, and a yellow coming as well. Looks like Christian Diaz just got booked with a yellow. It's been a tough half for him. And the own goal and now a yellow. And it will be a free kick from just outside the 18 for Real Monarchs. 1 minute of stoppage time. Lachlan Brook, Tyler Wolf stand over it. It's Brook, and it's high. Still waiting the whistle from Rachel Sweat for halftime. An own goal in the 7th minute by LAFC 2, and it 1-0 Real Monarchs, and then Matt Evans tied it in the 43rd as there is the whistle for halftime. 1-1 America First Field in Sandy, Utah. Let's look back now at the MLS Next Pro Goal of the Week. New York Red Bulls 2 midfielder Ibrahim Kasule is this week's winner. Following a corner kick, the Ugandan international controlled the ball with his chest before unleashing an absolute rocket pass to the Chicago Fire 2 goalkeeper, extending Red Bulls 2's lead to 3-1 on their way to a 3-2 victory. Red Bulls 2 sits atop the Northeast Division standings with 10 points at this early stage in the season. One more look at it. A banger. Top left 90. Ibrahim Kasule, our goal of the week for match week 6. Well, we've got highlights from earlier this week, a player profile, and more as halftime continues. 1-1, LAFC 2 and Real Monarchs all square.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Action.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Welcome back. It's time for our player feature. Let's get to know Huntsville City's Christian Kofi.
That's a poor pass, and it may open up space for Kofi against his former side. Christian Kofi scores!
Kofi, an excellent move as he sends the ball out wide. Cross comes in, and Christian Kofi, he is extremely dynamic.
Christian Kofi has had quite an international journey. He spent time in the Monaco Academy, where he would see a young Kylian Mbappe learning his craft. He's played for clubs in France, Italy, and Spain, before coming to MLS Next Pro with Chicago last season. And now, he's with Huntsville. So what drew him to MLS Next Pro at this stage of his career?
I will say the American dream for me to have the opportunity to come and play in America was crazy, like a unique experience. So I feel like year to year, like the level of the league evolves. They bring a lot of very good players for the MLS, but also for the Next Pro. So it's crazy. And
Kofi's experience with several different countries, coaches, and systems has shaped him as a player, such that his coach Chris O'Neill sees something truly special in him.
He has an ability that isn't often replicated, and I would say that he is a special player in the sense that, especially 1 versus 1, he has the ability to create off of a dribble, get out of tight situations, but then he also has the vision to be able to play a final pass that other players just don't see. And you know, I think for us, he's extremely exciting, and we're extremely happy to have him.
the MLS, I think the next step, it will be maybe for me it's the MLS. It's my target. And if it's not happen, I will just try to do my best to arrive to MLS. My goal is Huntsville. The minimum is the playoff, but for us it's like bring the trophy in Huntsville to our fans, because I think they deserve that. I think we have like for me, the best fan base in the league. And personally, it's like to be the best player in the league, if I can. Yeah, I will say that.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. my vibe.
Action.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
1-1 at the half, Real Monarchs and LAFC 2. Highlights and stats around the corner, but first, Inter Miami 2 and Orlando City B played a special match at the Generation Adidas Cup. April Marie Aguilar was there and filed this report.
What's up, guys? I'm April Marie Aguilar, coming to you from Florida, directly from IMG Academy, where we just witnessed an intense Sunshine State Derby. Let's take a look back at all of the action.
It's the Florida Derby, Inter Miami 2 against Orlando City B on match week number 5. Orlando City is looking to rise to the top of the charts, where Chattanooga is also at the top, while Inter Miami looks to make its push to the top of the table. The whistle blows. Shaq Muhammad starts us off here at MLS Next Pro at the 2025 Generation Adidas Cup.
From the start, both teams came out with energy, but it was Miami who struck first. Tyler Hall opened the scoring in the 16th minute with an assist by Bailey Sparks. It wouldn't be long before OCB equalized with Tahir Reed-Brown finding the back of the net in the 23rd minute. During the first half, we caught up with MLS Next Pro President and EVP Charles Alchek and Ali Curtis, MLS Next Pro SVP of Competition and Operations, to get their thoughts on this year's GA Cup.
For the Academy players who are here, from the players from around the world who are watching this game, they're getting a glimpse of what the potential is for the best young players in our system coming through our academies to our Next Pro teams.
This is probably the best youth tournament in North America, so for our young players to be able to experience what the next level looks like, in person, has just been a really great experience.
Just over 20 minutes later, right before halftime, Mateo Saja was assisted once again by Bailey Sparks. Miami took that lead into the half. While the players took to the locker rooms, we took this time to chat with some of the Academy players that were in attendance.
Why is it so important to watch these pros up close and personal?
It's a pleasure to just come watch in a beautiful atmosphere at this big tournament, come watch our team support. You just got to show love, because one day we could be on that field too.
Seeing them, seeing what the next level is like, seeing where you can see yourself fall into a team where you see what you need to work on, take the good habits, the good things out of them, and what you can see that you can apply to your game.
The second half kicked off with Miami continuing to apply pressure against Orlando City B. Idol Zelter Zubaira bagged what would turn out to be the match winner for Inter Miami 2 in the 55th minute. Both teams would fiercely contest the rest of the second half until Shaq Muhammad brought OCB back within one. But it was not enough, as the match would end 3-2 in Miami's favor.
There's the full-time whistle. It's 5 consecutive unbeaten for Miami in the Florida Derby. They withstand the late Orlando City burst to capture a 3-2 win.
Tonight was another perfect example of the pathway in action. Miami heads down south with 3 points, and for now, that's a wrap from us at this year's GA Cup. We'll catch you guys next time. Adios!
action.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Welcome back to America First Field in Sandy, Utah. I mean, look at that backdrop. Does it get any better than the snow-capped mountains here in Utah? 1-1 our score at the half, Monarchs and LAFC 2. As we take a look at our first half highlights. Here was the game's first goal in the 7th minute off a corner, an own goal that deflected off of Christian Diaz and through the legs of Ethan Scally, making his first start in goal for LAFC 2. An unfortunate bounce. LAFC 2, they were determined to get the equalizer. They put some pressure on Real Monarchs, turned them over a couple of times. Wabowo stopped there by Max Kirkfleet. Another chance later on for Monarchs on the header by Maximus Jennings, and a big stop made by Scally. And how about this? This is the second point-blank save that Kirkfleet made. Tommy Mahalic in on goal, got behind the defense, stayed onside. Later, Diaz, Terry, and then Matt Evans, a rocket for his 6th goal in all competitions. That was the 43rd minute, and it leveled the match at 1, and that's where we stand now. Our first half stats: shots on target in favor of LAFC 2. Total shot attempts in favor of Real Monarchs. Wide disparity in the corners. Possession about even. It was a fun first half. Both teams off to a good start through 4 games. Real Monarchs trying to close out their 4-game homestand with a victory. As we take a look at the rest of our schedule coming up this week. Colorado, Minnesota tomorrow at 8. Toronto and Chicago Friday at 7. And then a triple-header on Saturday. New England, New York City at 3. Carolina and Crown Legacy at 7:30 before Tacoma Defiance and St. Louis City close us out Saturday night at 10 o'clock. Couple of substitutions for each side. Charlie Rosenthal enters for LAFC 2. He'll replace Adrian Wabowo. And then Ousmane Touré replaces Forster Ajago. Ajago, not much of a factor in that first half, did make his presence felt on a couple of occasions, but for the most part, LAFC 2 doing a good job against him. So 1-1 as we begin half number 2. An own goal for Real Monarchs, courtesy of LAFC 2. And then Matt Evans, another goal after his brace 2 weeks ago against Tacoma. Josh Appel with you. Thanks for joining us tonight up here in Utah. If Real Monarchs can hang on to this result, they'll jump them into third in the Western Conference. Ventura County currently sits atop the table in the West with 12 points, a 4-1-0 start. As Toure came in on goal and couldn't make a play on it, it'll be a goal kick. St. Louis City 2, a 3-2-1 start. We've got 11 points there in second. And Monarchs, if this result holds, will be there in third place. That's taken away by Charlie Rosenthal, or from Charlie Rosenthal. Monarchs on it. Jones in the corner, taken away by Masalis. Masalis comes out in front, and Scally got a piece of it as it came all the way across goal. Rosenthal against Tacoma. They put him in the 9 position he played at the academy. That move really worked out for LAFC 2 against Tacoma Defiance. So we'll see if they have that same sort of success here today with him coming on in this second half. Wolf, Jennings, Farnsworth, finds Anderson. Anderson lays it out for Toure. Toure lost it. You probably need a bit better from him in the final third there. Given away, Griffin Dillon, the captain. Dillon puts it in the middle. Toure tried to flick it towards goal, takes another deflection, and then cleared away. Scary moment there for LAFC 2, but they survive. In the early moments here of this second half, Toure has been involved in everything, and Christian Diaz, who's been busy tonight, the own goal deflect off of him. He also got the play started on the Matt Evans goal. Owen Anderson. Salas stepped up and fired one well high into the seats. So it's out for a goal kick for Ethan Scally. Eric Diaz for Carlos Diaz. 3 of the 4 on the back line tonight for LAFC 2, if you're just joining us, are Diaz's. Carlos, Eric, and Christian. Toure trying to get there. He's cut off by Christian Diaz, and then Toure is whistled for his second foul in what feels like as many minutes. Guerra. Going long over the top in the direction of Nava. And it's won by Jennings and cleared away. Torre stepped in front of it and took it away. Griffin Dillon. Now Palacio, hounded from behind by Jude Terry. And Terry draws a whistle. Torre flicks it forward and nearly got it to Anderson. Kept alive and now cleared by LAFC 2. Derek Jones. Rosenthal was making a run, but that comes all the way to Kirkvliet. Evans, who has the goal, rolls it ahead for Mihalic, and the flag was up. Earlier in the first half, he timed to run very well, nearly had a goal, was robbed by Kirkvliet. There, he started his run a tick too early, and the flag came up. Battle forward in the midfield. Won by LAFC 2. Jones. Black and gold reset. Taken away by Tyler Wolf. Bad giveaway. Evans, the goal scorer. Throw in coming. Stepped up. Here comes Dillon. Griffin Dillon, the captain, puts it across. And Diaz right where he needed to be, or else it's 2-1 Real Monarchs. One more look. Another yellow has been issued. It goes to Nelson Palacio, the Real Monarchs. Ten minutes into this second half. Took a bad hop. Scored on an own goal earlier. Griffin Dillon gets it back. Brooke tried to tee it up, but it was blocked by Rosenthal. Ahead for Mihalic. Mihalic has Evans making a run. He lays it out there for Evans, but he's cut off by Farnsworth. Masalis gives it away. Rosenthal and gets shoved down from behind. An easy foul. This portion of the match is brought to you by Zions Bank, the official bank of Real Monarchs. Evans again. This time it's right at Kirkvliet. That one a little bit further out from where he scored in the 43rd minute, but an ambitious try nonetheless. Mihalic goes down, and we play on. Edge of the 18, and goes wide from Lachlan Brook. Trying to go long for Rosenthal. He keeps it in. Rosenthal. Second half sub for Terry. Evans. Back for Rosenthal. Well done from behind by Masalis. Taken right back by Derek Jones. And then Jones gets shoved down. That's a foul, an easy foul. Not sure what the protest is there from Palacio, and he's got to be careful. He's already got one yellow. He doesn't want to pick up a second. I'm not quite sure what his argument here would be. It's a free kick coming for LAFC 2. Evans stands over it. Another substitution for Junior Gonzalez and LAFC. Gavin Zambrano in for Jude Terry. see who takes this free kick. Evans scored from a bit closer than this on the other side in the 43rd minute. Left foot. It's not Evans who takes it. It's just high over the bar from Guerra. From Nava. Not a bad look. Not on target. Monarchs preparing 3 substitutions at the 1 hour mark. And a foul here and a potential free kick opportunity for Real Monarchs. An own goal for LAFC in the 7th minute off a Real Monarchs corner. And then Matt Evans made it 1-1 in the 43rd with a rocket of a goal. About 20, 21 yards out. This free kick looks like it'll be put in the mixer. Comes in and just whistles wide. I believe that was Owen Anderson who got a piece of it, as Monarchs will make 3 subs. The substitutions for Real Monarchs. Omar Marquez in for Lachlan Brook. Ryan Sandoval in for Tyler Wolf. And Liam O'Gara in for Maximus Jennings. '64th minute, 1-1 our score. Monarchs on the move. Cross comes in. Big save. Scally, huge. So there's a player down in front of goal for LAFC. It's like Derek Jones. Looks like Jones is up and okay. This is what happened. Might have just stepped awkwardly. Didn't look like there was much there. And Jones walks off for the moment. So Jones will come out, and Adrian Sanders will come in. Cleared away by LAFC. Crossed in. Well defended. And a foul given. Rosenthal gets it wide. Nava. Evans, he had the goal, trying to keep it alive for LA. Now it's Owen Anderson. For Toure. Tried for Anderson again, but Evans stepped in front of it. Sanders. This portion of the match is presented by Intermountain Health, the power of we. All the way towards Kirkfleet, and he gets rid of it. And then a bad touch. Brian Sandoval was over there. And it's going to be a corner for Real Monarchs. Before this gets put in play, Rachel Sweat wants to have a word. Monarchs scored their goal on an own goal on a corner. Back in the 7th minute. Ball comes in. Toure just put it wide. No, Toure's come close. It hasn't quite been able to break through. Evans in the 43rd, leveled the score at 1. Mihalic was robbed in the first half. Mihalic again. Pressure coming. Marquez. Griffin Dillon. Dillon puts it in front, and a diving stop made by Scally. He'll get ready to put it back in play. Tried to go over the top, unsuccessful in doing so. Was making a run on the outside was Sandoval. Foul here. Goes against Real Monarchs. One substitution left for Real Monarchs. 2 available still for LAFC 2. Junior Gonzalez, the bottom of your screen. Highly respected around the league. Time with Chicago before coming to the LAFC 2 organization. Trying to come over the top for Rosenthal. He was well defended. Toure moves it ahead. This is Marquez to the outside, Sandoval. Sandoval. Toure frustrated. That's past Evans, the goal scorer for LAFC 2. His 6th across all competitions this season. And the start to the year, that confidence is through the roof for 70 in white. Zach Farnsworth, deliberate. Farnsworth again. Delivery comes in. In the direction of Marquez, who chases it down. He's working against Carlos Diaz. Comes LAFC 2. Rosenthal, heavy touch and easily taken away by Gio Calderon. Guerra. Torre from behind applying pressure, but Guerra gets away. Laid off to the outside. Mihalic comes across goal, and right there to clear it away. Sebastian Nava. Or else that would have been 2-1 to LAFC 2. And a poor giveaway. Adrian Sanders. Torre watching him from behind. Over the top, nobody home in white, but they get it right back. Mihalic, edge of the 18. Shot never got all the way through. He took a spill. And they got a foul here on Gavin Zambrano. And we will also have another substitution for LA. Brian Moyado in for DeCarlo Guerra. They weren't sure. Moyado, and I'm also going to make another substitution. Matt Evans' day is done. The goal scorer, another strong performance for him. Cairo Walters will replace him. So Walters in for Evans, Moyado in for Guerra. Everybody except backup goalkeeper James Romero has come into the match for LAFC 2. They have exhausted their bench options. Salas. Dillon moves it right for Sandoval. Sandoval tried to fit it through, but it was taken away. A little over 10 minutes to go in the second half. 7th minute own goal. Gave Real Monarchs the 1-0 early advantage. And then it was Matt Evans in the 43rd with a rocket of a strike to draw level. And since then, each team has had a couple of chances but has not been able to bury it. Monarchs on the move here. Owen Anderson for Masalas. He cuts to the left. Masalas, the left foot, sends it wide.
What's that?
Monarchs making a substitution here. Luca Moisa replaces Nelson Palacio. This portion of the match is presented by America First, the official credit union of Real Salt Lake. America First has game-changing solutions for every financial need. So join the winning team today at americafirst.com. Good effort here, but it's out for a throw. Anderson somehow kept it alive. And Rachel Sweat blows her whistle. Is she going to get the foul outside the area? That's what it looks like. Griffin Dillon will come over and speak with her. He thinks the foul occurred inside the box, but I would imagine that's the foul that she's calling, not that. And when you look at it on replay, Rachel Sweat does have a point, but still an advantageous spot for a set piece for Real Monarchs here in the 83rd minute. Sandoval, excuse me, and Masalas stand over it. It's Sandoval with the delivery. Sandoval goes for goal and hit the crossbar. That close. Now, did Scally get a piece of it? It does not look like he did. And regardless of if it looks like it or not, play rolls on. Nava. There's that pressure from Real Monarchs. Christian Diaz. Long down this right side and over the head. Kyra Walters. Ahead. Owen Anderson. He lost it. LAFC 2 on it. That's a foul. About 5.5 minutes to play plus stoppage time. All the way towards Kirk Vliet, aggressive off his line, comes out to grab it. Injured player down for Real Monarchs. See if we can look at what happened. Landed awkwardly on that leg. Remember, if we remain tied after regulation, after the full 90, we will head to kicks from the spot. Long range, but towards Torre. Wide for Anderson. Oh, and Anderson! Oh, just getting in the way of it was Christian Diaz. Anderson had a wide open right side. Past Ethan Scally. Look at this. Diaz. I mean, that was 2-1 Monarchs, if not for 44 in white. The in-swinging corner on its way in. The header popped over the bar. High press still in full force. Zach Farnsworth. Coming down the left side for Anderson. He lost it. Now LAFC 2 wants to push. Mihalic brings it in. Back into the middle. Looking forward towards goal, but Rosenthal never could corral it. He was well defended by Zach Farnsworth. Turned over again. Mihalic couldn't quite get there. Cleared away by Monarchs. That is let go. And then overrun, and then a foul. Cairo Walters overran it and then almost clipped Griffin Dillon. Ruben Masalis to put it in play. As you see, 4 minutes of added time. If nobody breaks through, we will head to kicks from the spot. Masalis towards the back post. Bouncing around. Comes all the way across. And then a nasty challenge. Just a throw in. Farnsworth. Wide for Anderson. Now Moisa. His cross towards the back post over everybody. Carlos Diaz. Tried to rifle it away. It was knocked down. Put back towards goal. Moisa mistimed his jump. Anderson trying to chase it down. It is won by LAFC 2, but it will be a throw. Moisa gets it in. Griffin Dillon. Wide for Anderson. Anderson steps into it, puts it in the box. Headed away and put back towards goal. And Ethan Scally is there. Own goal in the 7th minute gave Real Monarchs the lead. In the 43rd, it was Matt Evans with a wonderful strike that made it 1-1. All the way down on Kirkvliet. Monarchs trying to push here right before the finish. Salas, Moisa, outside Anderson. Anderson puts it in front, and a goal kick. About 1 minute left of stoppage time. Moisa. LA just can't move it forward. Farnsworth. Toure chasing it down. Toure pops it, back post, and it is sent high by Sandoval. Waiting on that whistle. Anderson, Toure, and a foul given and a free kick for what will be the last kick in regulation. If Real Monarchs don't score, we will head to kicks from the spot. There's the foul. You hear Junior Gonzalez saying the ball was gotten to first, but they do call the foul. Big opportunity here for Real Monarchs. Salas will deliver it in. Last kick of regulation. Salas puts it in. Towards goal. Nobody ever had a chance. And there is the whistle for full time. We are heading to kicks from the spot. Second time that Monarchs have gone to penalties. Back on March 23rd, they went 7 rounds with Colorado Rapids 2 before winning 7-6. When we return, we'll have kicks from the spot to determine who will receive the extra point.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro.
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
Thank you. Welcome back to Sandy, Utah. Real Monarchs, LAFC 2 going into kicks from the spot. There you see our point system. Shootout winner gets 2 points. Shootout loser will just take 1 home. So there's the first own goal back in the 7th minute. And then here it was Matt Evans, a blistering strike to level the score at 1 in the 43rd minute in the first half. And that was all of our scoring in regulation. So now we head to kicks from the spot. Again, 1 trip to PKs this year for Real Monarchs. They beat Colorado 7-6. And 1 for LAFC 2. You got to go all the way back to the opener against Whitecaps 2. They fell 4-2 in kicks from the spot. Max Kirkvliet, Ethan Scally, the 2 keepers. Scally, the 16-year-old, making his first start of 2025. And Kirkvliet, the 19-year-old, wise beyond his years. So LAFC 2 will have the first opportunity. So Brian Moyado will step to the spot to shoot first for LAFC 2. Moyado appearing in his 4th game. Try and get LAFC 2 off to a good start in kicks from the spot. Moyado approaches. Moyado denied! Kirkvliet fired up. He has been phenomenal today. Stopped a couple of point-blank opportunities for LAFC 2. And in the first round of the shootout, he makes the save. And now it's Ethan Scally, who will try and do the same against Griffin Dillon, Real Monarchs captain. Remember, Evans was subbed out, Terry was subbed out, Wibowo was subbed out, DeCarlo Guerra was subbed out, all guys you would expect in normal circumstances LAFC 2 would use. Here's Dillon with speed. Dillon had Scally guessing. And after 1 round, it's Monarchs 1, LAFC none. Second shooter for LAFC 2 is Cairo Walters. Walters against Kirkvliet. Walters had Kirkvliet going the other way. LAFC is on the board in the shootout. Zach Farnsworth, who played such a strong game at center back. Second attempt for Real Monarchs. Farnsworth just snuck it inside the post. Scally gets right. But after 2 rounds, Real Monarchs ahead 2-1. Scally just missed that one. So on to the 3rd round we go. And it's Carlos Diaz. One of the trio of Diaz's who started on the back line for Junior Gonzalez tonight. He's the third shooter for LAFC 2. First start of the season for him, and now a big spot. Diaz scores. So Ethan Scally can come up with a stop. We'll be tied at 2 after 3. Right now, the difference in this shootout is Max Kirkfleet's save in the first round on Brian Moyato. Owen Anderson, the 17-year-old against the 16-year-old Scally. Anderson, I had Scally guessing. Guess right, but Anderson blew it past him, and it's 3-2 after 3. Tommy Mahalic was denied point blank by Kirkfleet earlier. Not denied this time. After getting stopped on the first attempt, LAFC has converted on their last 3. And again, Ethan Scally can change things if he can make a stop. Omar Marquez. With his right foot. Marquez buries it. And if Kirkfleet makes a stop or LAFC misses, this one's over. Sebastian Nava needs to score to keep this going. A save wins it. Nava against Kirkfleet. And for the moment, LAFC 2 remains alive. Monarchs win it if they score. We play on if Scally makes a save. And it's Brian Sandoval who came on as a second half sub. Who can win it for Real Monarchs. Sandoval against Scally. Sandoval misses. And after 5 rounds, we are 4-4. Indecision, the hesitation, didn't look like all that confident of a strike, and Sandoval put it wide. So we go to round 6. And Eric Diaz, the second Diaz to take a penalty in the shootout. Diaz winds up. Diaz scores. And now Monarchs must put one home to keep us going. Ruben Masalis. Slow walk. Masalis makes it 5-5. To round 7 we go. Level at 5 in the shootout. It's Adrian Sanders. Sanders circles. Sanders, oh, and a bullet hole. So we're back in the same spot we just were. 6 straight conversions for LAFC after the initial save by Kirk Vliet. Liam O'Gara to keep it going. O'Gara. A lot of pace, but it goes. Nearly sent it high. We now head to round 8 of the shootout. Charlie Rosenthal, it's his turn. Rosenthal fires it home. 7 straight converted after the initial save. Monarchs had a chance to win it with Brian Sandoval on their 5th attempt, but he put it wide. And now neither team can miss. It's Gio Calderon. Has to score. Calderon. And he's denied. An LAFC 2 win. 7-6 in a shootout. Ethan Scally with the winning save. And this marathon of a shootout comes to a close. An impressive 2 points on the road by LAFC 2. And hugs for Ethan Scally, who's just back from international duty. The 16-year-old making his first start. Massive in the shootout. As we take a look at our man of the match, it's the only one who scored in regulation for LAFC, Matt Evans. His 6th across all competitions. Had a brace against Tacoma. He scored again today. And he is our man of the match here in Utah. That'll do it for us here from America First Field. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Josh Appel. Once again, our final score, 1-1 in regulation. LAFC with the extra point. They win at 7-6 in a shootout. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night, and we'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.